Hello everyone. In this video I am going to demonstrate that how to create an online quiz or a class test for your students. Try to concentrate and listen carefully. Let's go on to the course page. I am already logged in as a teacher. Okay, so this is our course page, and you can see different sections which are created by us, and under this section class tests and quizzes I want to have a new class test. So remember that whenever you are going to add a new component, a resource or a file or any other type of change in this page, what we need to do is we have to turn editing on. So just click on turn editing on button. Okay, so under this section class tests and quizzes, now we have an option of adding an activity or resource. Just click on this plus button and we can add an activity or resource from here, because quiz is an activity. So let's select quiz from here and click on add. Okay, so name of quiz, for example, is class test 1, and we can optionally write description here. I'm not going to write it. And again there are some parameters of timing, etc. For example, I want to open this quiz for my students on, for example, 5th May at 11, for example 11:45, and I want to close this quiz for my students on, for example, 5th May 2020 at 12, for example 20. Okay, this is the time slot in which this quiz will be available to students. Okay, and let's also enable the time limit. For example, this quiz is of 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you want to select. So keep in mind that this time limit is not something opening and closing difference. So this time limit is actually the time available to conduct this quiz or class test for students, and this is the time during which this quiz will be available to students. So there is difference. So if you have any confusion, just click on these help buttons and you will have helping tips. So just for example, we have set the time 10 minutes and we have set all these things to that availability of quiz is from this time to this time, and so on. Okay, so one more important thing in this while defining this quiz is that click on extra restrictions on attempts and click on required password and set the password for the quiz. For example, password for quiz is I have set the password for the quiz, for example, that is Cobra. Okay, so this password will be required when students try to attempt this quiz. So this password will be communicated on time to the students so that they will be able to uh, attempt this quiz. So this is very important that you must protect and secure your quiz with password. Click on this grade option and set attempts allowed to 1. Otherwise they will be able to attempt again and again. So it is important to set some parameters. First, the opening time and closing time. Again, this is optional whether you want to place opening and closing time limit on the quiz or not. If you don't want to place it, just disable this one and this one. Time limit is important. Okay, and another one is number of attempts allowed is important. You must set to 1. Okay, and then extra restrictions on attempts is important. Place a password here. Leave the rest of the options as they are. There are hundreds of options in this category, so we don't want to go into the details, but the most important ones are the timing slots and time available to attempt the quiz, and how many attempts are allowed, and setting the password for the quiz. So save and return to course. Okay, now we can see that class test 1 is now included in this section, class tests and quizzes.